linked in an accompanying PowerPoint for you to look over, which is relevant to this this speech here. If you could all introduce yourselves, that'd be great.
Hi, I'm Gretchen, Kyle's mom.
Hey, I'm Chris from the UK. I work in IT and I work for a school.
Hello, I'm Luke.
Hi, my name is Dominic. I'm from Germany, and yeah, I'm working in the office.
Hi, I'm Ben.
Cool. All right, so what are the social and economic impacts of Syrian refugees in the countries that have accepted them? By now we've all probably heard about the Syrian refugee crisis, whether it be on the news or the newspaper or somewhere else. So, what are their economic impacts? Are they manageable? Are they sustainable? Are there insurmountable cultural differences between us and the refugees? Do Syrian refugees commit terrorism? These three questions have permeated the news discussion, so let's talk about them. The negative impact of Syrian refugees economically is very manageable, generally speaking. In countries with high GDP, they are very affordable. According to an article written on The Economist, refugees in the country of Germany are responsible for a 2% deduction in menial wages, so jobs like cleaning. They do, however, require government support 17% more than other legal immigrants in that country. According to the Georgetown Journal, Syrian refugees in Jordan, even though they've accounted for 35% of their annual budget in 2015, they have had no effect on the labor market in that country. So, what are the cultural differences between us and them? According to a backgrounder by CORE, or the Cultural Orientation Resource Center, Syrian refugees, particularly in the area of women, have very different cultural opinions. For example, in Syria, it is legal to marry your daughter at the age of 13 to another man. Domestic violence against women is currently legal, and in addition to that, sexual assault is so prevalent that women are very unlikely to ever leave the country or leave their house without a male protector, someone from their family. As for examples of this cultural difference, the treatment of women in particular, according to an article on RT.com, the act of Taharush Gamia is something which actually took place in Cologne, in Germany, on New Year's Eve in 2015. Taharush Gamia, being Arabic for sexual assault game, involved an estimated 2,000 men assaulting an estimated 1,200 women. So with these cultural differences in mind, cultural acclimation is definitely going to have to be something that is mandatory for Syrian refugees coming into the Western world. But for some, that acclimation might be insurmountable. Generally speaking, are Syrian refugees terrorists? There's no substantial evidence to suggest that they're affiliated with ISIS or support the actions of any known terrorist organization as a group. It's the most notable among recent terrorist attacks, just as an example, is the one that happened in Paris on November 13th in 2015. According to an article on The Telegraph, all 7 of the attackers were actually born in either Belgium or France. They were natives or nationals, not from Syria. But it is very important to note that one of them had a fake passport of an asylum seeker, which suggests that they use fake asylum-seeking passports to travel from France to Syria for training and then back. So, while the refugees themselves aren't terrorists, it is possible that ISIS is using the Syrian refugee crisis to their advantage to move units from one country to the next. So, Syrian refugees come from a world that is very different than our own. We can afford to take them in, definitely, especially countries like Europe and America. But the cultural differences between us and them are very real, so they should be considered when letting Syrian refugees come to our countries. Thank you. What do you guys think?
Great.
Very informative. Thank you very much.
Very interesting, Kyle.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good job.
Very
I
good.
liked it a lot.
Awesome.
Good.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna stop the recording now.